Well, hello everyone. It's Angela with Treasure Trove Tarot, also known here on YouTube as Mystic Moon. Welcome to my second channel and welcome to a Witchy Wednesday reading. So this particular reading is called Witchy Vibes and it's a new listing that I am offering. So a new reading in my Etsy shop. So if you guys are interested in your own personalized version of this reading, I will put the link down below. Decks I'm using will also be down below, and today's goddess is Goddess Hecate. And this right here is an organite that my friend Michelle from Wing and Bell created, so I'll put the link down below for that as well. So today's crystal is the howlite, and I get all of my crystals from a shop here in Phoenix called Fantasia Crystals. So I actually did a crystal haul on my Instagram and TikTok, I think last week. So if you guys want to check out some of the crystals I got, go ahead and be sure to look at that. But I like the howlite, and I'll tell you why. Because the howlite is believed to help with uncontrollable anger and having patience. So with my Lilith being an Aries, sometimes I have uncontrollable anger and rage. Ask anybody that knows me. They've probably experienced the wrath a time or two. So this is a stone that I really like to have on hand all the time and work with, as well as even sleep with it under my pillow, because it does help with restlessness and insomnia, which I don't suffer from insomnia, but sometimes I do have dreams where I twitch a lot or yell, things like that, at least according to my husband. And this seems to subside some of that energy. It's not like oh my God, it takes everything away. That's not what these do. But this helps dissipate some of that energy. So I don't know. I just felt like we should have some of that here today. This particular candle is actually an evil eye protection candle. So I felt like that was perfect for today. And we're going to go ahead and light up some sage. This was actually a stocking stuffer that I got from my beautiful daughter and assistant, such a kick-ass assistant she is, Kayla Reed Creations. And she put this in my stocking. What a wonderful daughter knows what her little witchy mom loves, right? So anyways, just wanted to clear up this space here and see what we need to know. So if you guys have noticed, I'm not posting as much on Treasure Trove. I'm going to post probably 2 times a week here, and I'm going to do a few more readings that might not be exactly just soul connection, love related over on Mystic Moon. Reason why is because my fans over there, not everyone came over here, and they're really missing some of the more generalized readings. So I'm going to do kind of like a 70-30, as in 70% over on Mystic Moon, which is my original baby, and 30% over here. So I just want to let you guys know that if you want a couple more readings a week, go ahead and head over to my Mystic Moon channel, which is also down below. So anyways, you guys, let's jump into the messages. The first thing that we're going to do is we're going to take a look and see what witch currently represents us and what is showing up in our lives because of this. So this deck is so cute. I love the artwork, but it's from the Wiccan spell box and it comes with a deck. So like I said, I'll put everything down below where you guys can get these. But yeah, this deck is comprised of both dark and light witches. Now the dark is not negative and the light is not, perfect. It just means that it's the light and shadow aspects of ourselves. So let's see what witch is coming through that currently represents us. Okay, so this happens to be a light witch, the changeling witch. What is the changeling witch? This just means that we're going through a lot of changes, you guys, and we're trying to find balance in the midst of these changes. How cool is this? So you can see this cat, half black, half white. To me, that's balanced right in the middle. So it might be that right now, things have been kind of stormy or things have been challenging, but guess what? We're working through our challenges. We're staying grounded. We're staying balanced. We're seeing both sides of situations. Instead of seeing everything as totally screwed, we're seeing the silver lining in situations. We're kind of taking something that resonates and maybe getting rid of something that doesn't. So we're able to just kind of be right in the middle, which is fantastic. It's a great way to be. So let's take a look and see what is our spirit animal. What is the spirit animal coming through at present? This is called the Spirit Animal Oracle. Hey, we have the Sandpiper spirit. Be playful. 2 number 6s, you guys. So that is significant. So if you guys are seeing 6s pop up, those 6s represent harmony. And it's also, to me, harmony with family and friends and other people, connecting with other people and experience harmony. So that is amazing. So if you guys have felt a lot of riffraff around you, a lot of drama, I feel like things could be changing and settling down for the better. Okay. You're kind of like finding the humor in life. You're finding the humor in situations. Instead of focusing on everything that sucks, you're having a good time anyways. You're doing something fun. You're celebrating yourself. There you go. So this deck is called the Sacred Forest Oracle. Let's see what else we need to know with this energy. We have the Willow Spirit, flexibility. This is exactly what just came through. Okay, so this to me is basically just reiterating this particular message. We're going through some changes, but we're finding ways to be more flexible. We're finding ways to be more playful and have more fun, kind of laugh and see the humorous side of life instead of constantly being focused on everything that totally blows. Okay, so I love this message so far. Let's see what else we need to know. This deck is called the Magical Spell Cards. Ooh, we have courage. It could be that some of you guys just worked with the full moon in Leo's energy, okay? Some of you guys may have cast some sort of like spell or ritual, and this could have been for empowerment and courage and strength. Fantastic. So to me, this tells me that you definitely have embraced this energy. You have more courage and strength. This particular this is something that's going to manifest for you. This is something that you basically put out like an intention, and this is something that is coming for you. This is something where it's really going to shine in your life, because it says, by shining brave and true and bright, my courage now returns this night. So to me, this is coming to you. This is definitely something that's coming to you. And this is all screaming Leo to me. So that's absolutely the message here. And even if you guys didn't work with the full moon in Leo, it doesn't matter. I'm just getting here that it's present for all. And you're really going to step more into this courageous side of yourself. You're becoming stronger from what has happened to you. You know, you're making pain matter. You're turning things, like turning lemons into lemonade. You're finding a way to have more fun and be more flexible instead of taking everything so seriously and constantly being down in the dumps when it comes to life's challenges. Because we're always going to experience something. There's always going to be something going on. So we might as well try to figure out how we can, you know, have a good time in the meantime. And it doesn't mean that we aren't taking things seriously or that we shouldn't really focus on things that are wrong, because you know, when you don't focus on something, it's still there. It doesn't just disappear. But this is about learning to work with the energy in a more playful way. That's awesome. All right, so this is called the Witch's Tarot. Let's see what we need to know. Hey, look at that. Ace of Wands. Look at that butterfly. We are transforming situations with that butterfly. And this is spring's energy. That's what Wands is. It's fire. We're learning to do things that make us feel good again. We're putting our passions and our energies and our desires into new projects, into new ideas. So instead of focusing on the past and what didn't work, instead what we're going to do is we're going to shift our focus and we're going to flow forward into new things that make us feel good, new things that bring us hope and that restore our faith and make us feel like, you know what? Yeah, life is worth living. It's not a complete and total shit show. So I love this. So some of you guys have the courage now to do something, start that project, start that thing that you've always wanted to do, sell your items, put yourself out there. This energy is here for you to push you to get to the next stage, maybe to step into your purpose, step into your mission. It's fantastic, you guys. So this energy that you've got going on for you right now is really strong. It's really powerful. It's really balanced, and you are definitely due to start some new things here. And if it hasn't happened yet, especially if you're here, like I am in the States, it is winter still. By spring, it's like something new and amazing is happening. So that is definitely either happening now or on the horizon for you. Okay, so now we're going to jump into your shadow witch and how this energy or behavior might be blocking you at present. So let's take a look at that. Even if a light witch comes up, it means that we are not embracing this light aspect of ourselves because we're stuck in the dumps or challenge. Okay, this does happen to be a shadow. Oh, interesting. So the Eye of Newt Witch for me is someone who is not taking a look at everything. They're maybe focused on one thing. They don't realize that there's so many things that go into like all the ingredients that go into a pie. The Eye of Newt is just one specific thing that goes into a spell or a ritual. So it's just like one ingredient. But there's so many things when it comes to ritual or manifestation. It's your energy. It's your intention, right? It's your desires. All of that matters. So this is telling me here that right now, it might be that we're just kind of fragmented, right? If there's something that we're giving our time and energy to, such as anger, resentment, right? Or we're just focused on everything that isn't working, which actually with what we just saw, I'm seeing that you guys are trying to be more balanced, or most of you are more balanced than you were before. But some of you guys might still be dealing with just that one piece of the pie instead of looking at the whole pie. Like you're focusing on your failures rather than focusing on the bigger picture and what could be, you see? It's like getting caught up in one thing. That seems to be a shadow right now. Focusing on one thing that's not working instead of moving forward and looking at all the things that go into a project, not that just that one thing. So it's like tunnel vision. Your tunnel vision is cutting you off from the bigger picture and holding you back. Okay? We have the starfish spirit, open to infinite possibility. Yeah, we're looking at the whole picture with this for sure. You have to open yourself up to other possibilities. So let's just say some of you guys are focused on a particular thing. It's not happening, yet you keep pushing harder. It's not happening. It's not working out. You keep pushing harder and harder. It's time for you to open yourself up to other possibilities. It doesn't mean that this one thing that you're focused on or wanting is a total failure. It might just be a timing issue, or it might just be the energy is not right. It's not meant for you right now. So stop trying so hard and open yourself up to other things. Focus on something else. There's other things to do. So if you have tunnel vision right now, or you're pissed off because something isn't happening, what I'm getting here is to pull back your energy and focus on some of the other things that will actually help to bring you back to center, which is the opening energy anyways. We have Spirit Guardian of Summer, expansion. Exactly. What is expansion when I hear that word? It reminds me of Jupiter. Jupiter is the planet of expansion, right? Growth. This is beautiful energy. This tells me here that the only way that we are going to grow and that we're going to bear fruit is if we expand, not if we stay focused on that one thing that isn't working. Not if, like, it's kind of like we put something out into the universe, right? We want something, and now we're looking at our clock going, okay, when's it going to show up? When's it going to show up? When's it going to show up? It's not going to show up when you're looking at your clock. It's not going to show up when you're chasing someone. It's not going to show up when you're waiting by the phone. It's not going to happen. Okay? That's not how energy works. Okay? You've got to let go. You've got to stop strangling the energy or that thing that you want. Stop putting so much attachment on that thing. Learn to let go and trust. Sometimes we do not always get everything that we desire. Sometimes things are not meant for us, and we have to be okay with that. So I'm getting here, loosen your grip a little bit if you feel like this resonates with you, and try that approach of being just calm and centered and focus on something else right now. And when you do that, you'll be surprised how things just kind of miraculously work out. It's amazing. All right, what else? Dream sweet, dream, sweet, sleep deep. Wow, that's a tongue twister. Okay. Sleep that's deep and lasts till morn. Wondrous dreams for days reborn. Interesting that I was talking about sleep. So if you guys are having issues with nightmares or like insomnia, that might be one of the reasons I was drawn to the Howlite. So be sure to pick one of those up and put it under your pillow. But yeah, this to me is about, like wish upon a star. It's kind of like the movie Pinocchio. He wishes star bright, star light, first star I see, whatever that is, right? That poem. And he makes a wish, and then he goes to sleep. He doesn't expect anything. Like, he might feel like, he has faith that maybe one day, but he's not actually expecting to be woken up in the middle of the night by a freaking puppet come to life named Pinocchio, right? As a matter of fact, he pulls out his weapon, and he's like freaked out, and then the thing goes off, and it's like, oh my gosh, So to me, this is about putting your intention out. And it doesn't mean that, you just put it out one time and you don't have to worry about it anymore. But we have to have faith, and we have to be somewhat calm and peaceful with what it is that we're trying to manifest. Because if we have all this anxiety around it, this to me tells spirit that you don't trust. You don't actually believe that it's meant for you. You don't actually believe that you deserve it. So why even bother? Why even bother to put something out there if you don't truly feel that way, if you don't truly believe? It's kind of like affirmations. If you do not truly love yourself, saying an affirmation isn't going to make it so. It might help to reset some of that energy in your brain, but it's not going to fix you. So if there is anything, you guys, that you feel is holding you back, such as a trauma, anger, pain, resentment, whatever that is, and you feel like you're trying to manifest something, but yet you're still not getting it, we might have to go back down to the root, right? And try to work some of that out. But I feel like what the message is why are we focusing on something that isn't working, or something that just makes us feel like shit? Now, we're not doing a spiritual bypass here. We're not trying to pretend something doesn't hurt. But let's just say you're focused on another person. This is the only thing that's coming to my mind. If we're obsessed or focused on another person, let's stop. Let's stop losing sleep over someone. Let's start focusing on something else. Let's get our tunnel vision off this person. Let's stop checking that person's social media. Let's stop waiting around for them to text us or whatever the hell's going on. And let's live our freaking lives. You're a freaking star. It's time to start acting like one. A star wouldn't be waiting around for someone else. So that's a little tough love for me today. Treat yourself like a freaking star. You're a freaking rock star. Start acting like one. I don't know why, but that's what I'm getting here. Okay, so let's go ahead and get a tarot card with this. Yes, you're a freaking rock star. Start acting like one. That's it. That is it. Whoa. Yes, the Fool. Oh, I love it. So this is under the planet Uranus, right? Uranus is all about expansion and also freedom. So we have Jupiter, and we have, Sagittarius and Aquarius, two of the most just open signs of the zodiac. That's just my opinion. I'm a Sag, so I can say that. And I know a lot of Aquarians, and a lot of Aquarians, you're just kind of like, whoa, they've got some different types of thinking. It's different, and it's very expansive. So for me, this is screaming, take a new leap, right? Do something different. Focus on something different. Start something new. Hit the reset button in your life. So some of you guys are hanging on to something old because it's familiar. And guess what? Sometimes pain can be comfortable because you've known it for so long. You've lived with it for so long. You almost miss it when it's gone, right? It is amazing how the human psyche actually works sometimes, where we can be addicted to drama and addicted to pain because it's all we know. So we are being asked to try as much as we possibly can in whatever way that looks for you, to reach for something else. Reach for the stars. Reach higher. Go higher. You are a rock star, so start acting like one. That's it. So that's what we have for the challenge, you guys, the shadow. So we could be a little tough love there. All right. Now we're going to go into a power witch that will lend you strength and will help you with guiding you towards what you want in this life. So who is this power witch that is going to aid us and help us on our journey? Oh, we have the Timeless Witch. I love this. You know what the Timeless Witch means, you guys? It means you're not focused on your freaking watch, waiting for shit to happen. You're living your life. You're living your life. You're not worried about time. Okay. And in the 3D world, time is real. Okay. I know there's a lot of people that say things, and I've said this to myself before, like time's just an illusion. But when you're living a 3D reality, it's such a bullshit thing to say. Time does matter. You know, every day I wake up, I have a new ache. I'm older. Yeah, it's real. You know what I mean? So it's funny that it's coming up because I just feel like it's not saying that time is an illusion. It's just saying that time is time wherever you're at. If you're floating around on a 5D cloud or whatever, and we want to say time is an illusion, that's great. But if you're like me and you come back down to planet Earth and you're just kind of like, yeah, well, I got to live here too, you know, being balanced, you realize that you don't have a lot of time. You don't have a lot of time. So you better make this time matter. So put your strength, put your energy, put your time into things that freaking matter. Make this time that you have here matter, because you want to know what? We're not guaranteed tomorrow. So, I mean, living your life to your fullest every day kind of sounds exhausting. At least that's the way I see it. But do your best. Don't put things off. Do the things that you want to do. Start making your life and time matter. Because this does say the timeless witch. So of course we're not looking at our watch and wasting time waiting for things to happen. No, we're getting into that timeless energy and saying, I need to be present right now. Don't focus so much on the past. Don't focus too much on the future. Remember, the beginning message was being right there in the middle. The time is now. The time is now to do the things that you want to do, to live the life that you want to live, to create the life that you want to live. What better time than to start something now? So this is, to me, is the strength energy where we are stepping into that power, like we're stepping into our power, that powerful side of ourselves that says, you know what, enough is enough. If I'm not happy right now, I'm going to start making changes so I can be happy. I'm going to start doing things that I've always wanted to do. And I'm not going to let people or my own self, my own fears hold me back any longer. I'm going to live my life authentically. I'm going to do the things that I want to do. And I think that that's a wonderful strength to have. So the strength is we're stepping into our power. So that is so awesome. Yes, I love the flamingo. Do you guys see this? I can't believe it. Yes, I can. The in-between. Embrace the in-between. I mean, this is the message in this reading. This is about being in between both worlds. And it's funny because I just said that. Some people are flying around, and I'm not making fun of it. I'm just saying it's a real thing. Like I sometimes go on YouTube and I'm just like, whoa, like that's awesome, but that's not where I'm at. Okay. I'm not flying around in 5D and using all these terms and all this other stuff and focused on, you know, I hate this planet, I can't wait to leave. I mean, there are people out there that say that sort of thing. And it's not just the new age, like spiritual stuff. Even with religion, they can't wait for the world to end. They can't wait for, you know, whatever they believe or to come and save them. There's a lot of people that are in that energy. And I understand there's a lot of people in pain. And when you're in pain, you want relief. I get it. And I'm not trying to say that there's any wrong way of thinking or whatever. I'm just saying I know what works for me. Flying around in 5D, focusing only on 5D, being in the clouds, that's great. But for me, that kind of energy, especially if I've given too much time and that like space, can cause me to feel very ungrounded, and I lose touch with my reality, which is I'm here in the 3D world with my physical body and my babies, my cats, my kids, my family, my husband. You know what I mean? That's what I got going on. And I have to show up for that too, because I love that. I love that part of my life too. But it is nice, of course, when I want to write and I want to be creative and I want to plug in some music and I want to, you know, be in that world, and that's great. But I've gotten lost in that world too, where it's like, oh my gosh, now I have no motivation to show up for my physical world or to do the things that I need to do to survive, such as my job or responsibilities that I have. So the reason that I'm saying this, you guys, is because I think it is difficult being in a spiritual community where there's just so much information. Okay, when I say spiritual, I'm using that like broad religion or whatever, new age thought, because you have a lot of people that are way extreme over here and you have people that are way extreme over here. I mean, that goes for freaking politics too. And for me, right there in the middle, okay? Now, I said this before, we can't always be in the middle. That's not gonna be for every single thing in life. Sometimes you do have to make a black or white choice. You absolutely do in order to survive. Sometimes that's just the way life is. So this is not a for everything. We can't be in the middle for everything. Sometimes you do have to be like, nope, 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 nope. Got it. But for the majority of things, we're talking about living a day-to-day life and feeling peaceful and feeling good and feeling grounded and getting things done and enjoying your life. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Okay. So our strength is being in between. I love it. And that right there, being in between, doesn't make you feel like, oh my God, if I have to have this right now. If this doesn't happen, I'm going to be miserable. Man, that's extreme. Okay. Or, you know what? I'll always have tomorrow. Keep putting it off, keep putting it off. To me, that's also an extreme choice because we are not guaranteed anything. So make the best of your life. So if you're not happy right now, start to think about what you can change today. Storm, spirit, chaos. Because you know what? Like I said before, life can be chaotic. It doesn't mean it's always chaotic. It doesn't mean it's a constant shit show. It doesn't. But when you're not balanced and you're real high over here. And I've actually seen it, you guys. I have personally witnessed it. People being all high and mighty over here, right? And they're, I don't know, like literally one moment they were this person. And then the next day, suddenly they're talking to spirits, they're healing people. They're pretty much a messiah. I've seen this before. And what I've witnessed is a total shitstorm afterwards, where people have probably ended up in mental institutions and dropped everything that they were doing and deemed everything as evil and dark. I've seen this with people I know, and I've also seen it with big time authors and people that are, were big in the spiritual community. To each their own experience, right? But when you are not grounded in both worlds, you guys, you will lose yourself. If you're too busy floating around, only talking to angels and, angels are doing all your bidding and, all that stuff, and it's love and light and positive vibes, and suddenly you've got a trauma that comes up, or you have a bad day, or someone very dark comes into your life, like a narcissist, and just starts creating all kinds of chaos and havoc, you're not going to know what the fuck to do, because you haven't worked with any energy that's shadowy and where you have become strong and discerning and can protect yourself, or to be discerning that, not all people are actually good. Not all people are fucking love and light. They're not. Some people are just straight up piles, and you just need to step away like forever. So that's why I feel like this is a very important message here, is because it's just about being grounded, doing your work, reside in the energy that feels good for you. But I feel like it's good for all of us to come back to center and realize we don't have it all figured out. As soon as you start acting like you have it all figured out, and I've also seen this online too, where you have people that are just like, I'm advanced and I will be able to do this for you. Like this Messiah thing. Like I'm talking straight to God and God is telling me this. But yet your messages are completely judgmental, and they're just completely dividing, and they're just completely nuts. So to me, anytime I hear someone start talking like they're a messiah, or that they know everything, or like they're just, this is my way, or it's like some kind of cult or whatever, or I will heal you, I will save you. Oh my God, something has happened. That's just my opinion. So yeah. So our strength, guys, lies in both dark and light, and people that try to tell you otherwise, maybe they just either don't know, or maybe that works for them. But again, find your own way, you guys, because not everything that I'm even saying might resonate for you, and it might not make sense because you don't agree with it, and that's totally fine too. But see, harmony, got it? As I create, I will share. Harmony divine with love and care. Love it. So this is something that I even have done before I was like doing tarot readings and stuff here on YouTube. I remember I used to be an animal hospital manager, right? And we had 3 different departments. We had obviously the front desk, which I was there the majority of the time, the front of the hospital, then the middle, which was all the technicians, and they were doing, the doctor stuff, the surgery. And then you had the back with where the kennel was, which is where the animals would either wait for their surgeries, or they were boarding, and the people would like wash the dogs and all the poop and just all that stuff, right? All that kind of stuff. And so what I would do, and I would do this on purpose because I wanted people to know that yes, there's obviously hierarchy in situations. There needs to be leaders and way showers and things like that. That's great. But I'm not better than you. I'm not high and mighty. I'm not looking down upon you because you work in the kennel. So I would purposely get on my kennel clothes, like get out of my scrubs and go into this like kennel and scoop up dog poop and wash the dogs and just do all kinds of stuff. And I would do it for the entire day. And I just remember when I did that, my team changed. My team shifted. We all came together. There was just like this thing that was created, which was, I'm no better than you and you're no better than me. So I try to also do that here on my channel. It takes one to know one. All this stuff I've gone through and still continue to go through myself. Why would you? And it's funny because there are some people that want to watch people that have it together, and that's great. And it's funny because there's this guy that I watch. He's great too. Like I will still watch him, even though I do feel like, wow, I'll just like never be him. So maybe that can be inspiring for some people, but I can't remember his name. But he's got this little girl with him. Sometimes it's his daughter, and he does all this clean eating, and he makes these things. And if you guys know who I'm talking about, drop it in the comments. But he does these TikToks and IGs. He might have YouTube as well, but he goes into Costco and all these grocery stores, and he goes through the product ingredients, and he talks about what's good and what's not good. And I'm like, holy shit. Right now, times are tough. Money is tight. And I tried to do this clean eating thing for like a week. And I'm not saying I've completely fallen off the wagon, but I'm trying to be in the middle, not extreme. So if I watch people like that, like sometimes it makes you feel like, oh my God, like giving up because you can't do it all. And you're being reminded, wow, if I go for this brand, I'm making a shitty choice. So I think that we've got to take a little bit from this and a little bit from that. And instead of getting into the stormy thinking of black and white, like, because once you're here, then you're just like, screw it, forget it, I'm not even going to change. So the reason that I just bring that up is because it's all about that harmony. It's all about being relatable, and sometimes watching people, not this guy that I'm talking about, because I don't get this vibe from him at all, but other people that you watch sometimes are just like, oh yeah, they've got it all together. They're ascended. They're some kind of, master. It's great inspiration, but a lot of it, do you really know? Do you really know this person? Do you really know what they've gone through? Are they being even authentic and telling you who they really are, sharing their experiences with you? So I feel like that it creates a strength in a community. is when people can come together and go, wow, you know what? I felt like that one time too. And I see it in my comments a lot, which, you know, people talk back and forth, and it's really nice to see that camaraderie. Did I say that right? Amongst the community. And I feel it too, because I'm like, it takes one to know one. It really does. And I feel like I've only chipped the tip of the iceberg on my life, you know, of all the things that I have gone through and all the things that I've done. And sometimes people don't even want to hear it. They just want to hear the messages. They don't want to hear your input. They don't want to hear your shit. They just want to be told. I get it. I totally get it. But my style is different. I'm in this with you, you guys. I'm on my own personal journey. These messages apply to me too. And I'm just doing the best that I can, just like you guys. So I just wanted to take that time to just be a little bit humble and say, I get it. I really do. I freaking get it, and I struggle all the time. All right, enough of that freaking rant. Okay, so we have the Eight of Swords. So the Eight of Swords, of course, to me is being that in that chaos. It's being stuck with the same thoughts going round and round over and over again and not really making any headway. So this is why it is important, you guys, for us to be in the middle and to also practice expanding our minds and going out of our, you know, our normal comfort zone and trying new things. It's definitely important. And that's where our strength lies. Our strength lies in change. Because if we are just kind of sitting and doing the same thing over and over again, we're not going to expand. We're not going to challenge ourselves. We're not going to grow. That's why it's very important for you guys to break out of whatever cycle you've been going round and round like a figure eight over and over and over again. At what point are we going to get out of that? Where are we going to find a loophole and get out? That's what we're being asked to do. That's where our strength is. Our strength is in change and expansion. Our strength isn't in doing the same thing over and over again and being afraid to try something new. So that's it. That was a lot. All right. So now we are going to end this reading with the next one, which is your future witch self and a snapshot of you living your best life. I love it. Okay. Let's see. As we expand, as we open ourselves up to change, as we grow, what is this energy? Oh, I love it. The healing witch. We've made the necessary changes. Again, on number 5, we are healing. Look at all of these amazing things that are in front of her. She's got this altar. She's got all her little spell candles and her herbs and her mortal and pestle thing. And she's just like doing magic. That's amazing. And she's working with the energies that are helping not only her to heal, but also perhaps healing the world in general. So to me, this is someone who is working with heart energy, somebody that's really authentically coming from the heart. So when you're just honest about how you feel, right? And you're just in your heart center, and that doesn't necessarily mean like, you know, you're always needing to be a good person to be in your heart center. What it just means is that you're coming from the heart. Now, not every time you come from the heart do other people see you as coming from the freaking heart. They see you as a villain. They turn you into a villain. They spew and or, you know, cast their hatred and their stuff onto you for being truthful and honest. So that's not always something that's going to be received well when you're in your heart space. But at least you know that you're authentically yourself. And I think at the end of the day, it's not necessarily your job to walk on eggshells for other people. Yes, you want to be mindful, but it's not your job to change who you are to make other people feel better. That right there to me is true heart-centered energy. And if people don't get you or they don't want to accept you, it's no big deal. You're just going to keep moving on and let them fade away. You will find your tribe. You will find your people. You will be happier with less than more of inauthentic bullshit. I would rather stand alone than be with a bunch of people that don't get me, that it feels completely chaotic and I am just not happy. So whatever we are, wherever we're headed right now, we're headed to a healing, more heart-centered, authentic place. That is fantastic. Oh my gosh, the owl spirit. You want to talk about, A witch with their spirit animal, the owl? Yes. Okay. So you see clearly now. Yes, I can see clearly now the rain has gone. Yes, that's it. So we may have had to go through some shit. We may have had to go through some tough times, but guess what? We are wiser. We are wiser for it. We are clearer now. We can see things exactly the way that they are. Sometimes you do have to go through things a number of times before you can clearly see it. Sometimes you just have to do that with situations and people, and you can arrive at a destination of healthy change within yourself. Like, okay, now I get it. Now I understand. Okay, this is good. So sometimes karmic relationships and karmic people, they are designed to actually help you to heal in this life. So it doesn't have to be looked upon as evil. We don't have to hate these people. Of course, if these people are dark and they're trying to create nightmares and drama for you, you do have to draw a very line and say, no, I'm done, whatever, that's fine. But you're in a much better space and you feel good. Like, you know, when you've really, really healed in a situation and you've cleared a karmic cycle, when you just don't really feel anything. I'm not saying numb, but you don't wish someone ill, but you don't necessarily want them in your life. You just kind of feel at peace. That, to me, is true healing. It's kind of like that Motley Crue song, "Girl, don't go away mad. Girl, just walk away," or something like that. Sometimes that's how we feel. And sometimes that's actually how people feel about us. And that doesn't feel good, of course, because we feel angry, we feel bitter, we feel rejected. But when energy is just clashing and it's just not a match, best thing to do is just walk away. Why fight for something or someone that doesn't want to put up the same fight or work? If somebody doesn't feel the same as you, why push it? It's either a flow or it's a no. I just made that up. I'm sure someone else has said it before, but it's just coming to me. It's either a flow or it's freaking go. It's a no. So check it out, you guys. Like, we have so much wisdom here. This is where we're headed. Healing times, feeling good, feeling centered, clearly seeing things for how they are. We're no longer, hiding behind our either illusions and things like that. We are seeing people or situations for how they truly are, and even ourselves. And we're also creating a sanctuary. This, to me, is a safe space in our worlds. A safe, like maybe even a very magical place, such as a particular area in our home or in our yard where we spend time. It's our sanctuary. She's outside. This is also outside. So that's why I said spending time outside in nature, in the elements, could be your sanctuary, you guys. So you are being asked to spend more time outdoors if you can. If it's a seasonal thing, that's totally fine too. But you can also find that inner sanctuary. You can create that sanctuary within your home by bringing in perhaps, plants and things like that. So whatever you need to do, this is your future. You're feeling at peace. You're connected to nature. You're connected to the spirit of nature through animals or plants or herbs and trees. And it's creating a lot of peace for you. Oh gosh, really? Yeah. Look, double owl, baby. So if you guys are seeing owls in the future, or you're about ready to, and these owls are going to be definitely ringing true. Look, number 7, that's crazy. Number 7 in both of these cards. So if you guys are seeing 7s in any kind of combination, definitely look those up. The reason that I say that is because, like, I have a angel numbers deck. Just because my angel numbers of 7s doesn't mean that's what 7s mean for everybody. So what I like to do is, because I can look up 7s right now and get probably 100 different meanings off of 100 different sites of what 7s mean. So what I like to do, it's kind of like a divination game. If I see certain numbers over and over again, I will go and I'll type it into Google, and then I'll scroll up real quick, and then I'll go bam and click on one site, and then that will be my message of what those 7s mean. So try it. But it says on Wednesday, guys, it's Wednesday right now. It's our Witchy Wednesday, okay? Witchy Wednesday. So it says on a Wednesday with the waxing moon. Of course, that waxing moon is we are drawing things to us. Let wisdom come and be renewed. Yes. So if you guys are confused right now, or if you guys feel like, I haven't learned a lesson yet, you're about to. Things are about ready to be very clear. You're not going to be confused anymore. You're going to see things for exactly how they are. You're going to see the truth, and it's like the truth will set you free. That's it. So this is coming. Seven of Swords. Whoa. Okay, this is not going to resonate for everybody, but have some of you guys been lied to? Have some of you guys had the wool just pull, or not the wool, the rug ripped out from under your feet, or the wool pulled over your eyes, right? Seven of Swords is definitely that card where people try to sneak around, lie, betray us, try to get away with something. They're not acting on the up and up. A liar or some bullshit is about ready to be revealed. Like, you're going to see someone or a situation for how it truly is. This is coming. This is absolutely coming. And you're going to heal from this. This situation is not going to affect you in a negative way forever. You will get through it, you guys. You absolutely will. Okay? You will. So just have faith in that. Have faith that everything is revealed to you in the perfect time. Like I said, something that I was talking about earlier was it took me a while in a situation and many cycles of going back, and forth in a situation to finally arrive at a comfortable destination for myself where I could go, you know what? I get why that happened. I know my part in it. I see the other person's part in it, but I'm okay now. I feel like I've learned that lesson and I'm ready to heal and I'm ready to move forward and do something constructive now because of the lessons that have come to me. There's no hate. It's not that there's no love. There's nothing left. And that's why that cycle there for me, I'm taking it and I'm learning from it, and now I'm moving forward with it instead of staying stuck in the confusion or trying to strategize how to make it work, because Seven of Swords can sometimes be strategy too. The strategy needs to be see it for what it is and move forward. See it for what it is, heal it, and move on. That's the message. So that is our future snapshot, or that could even be you right now, baby. You right now, today. So I really hope that you guys enjoyed those messages and some of my rants and personal shares. But thank you guys so much for watching. Definitely be sure to give this a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't. And if you haven't subscribed over to my my first channel, if you want other types of readings, be sure to do that. And yeah, that's all I've got. So thanks so much, you guys. You take care. Bye-bye.